So I've been talking with the mute button on. Apologies for that, but I'll start again. So good evening, everybody. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. We're going to be spending about 45 minutes together as we go through our business introductory presentation. You are most welcome to ask any questions after the presentation, but the people in the live chat, you are welcome to ask any questions in the chat. Maybe even tell Carol, who's monitoring the live chat this evening, where you're from, how many guests you have. Otherwise, everyone's very silent. I know you all express basic platitudes over chat, hi and goodbye, but maybe talk a little bit more on the chat. It'll excite Carol a little bit more this evening, I'm sure. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company in South Africa. We've been in operation since 1952, so we've been operating in South Africa for nearly 7 decades, fairly successfully so, because we're still around, I guess, so that's a good thing. So that's Constantia's orange logo. They're building in the background. They're down the road here in Randburg. We don't share offices with them. You might not recognize the name. That's because Constantia have never dealt with consumers directly before. They've always dealt with other insurance companies, other FSPs. But through this division, DuePoint, we are approaching members of the public directly. And so Constantia is certainly going to become more of a household name. The FSP number that we operate under is that one over there. That's very important for us to disclose, so that you know that you're dealing with a audited, with a regulated South African business that operates in financial services. So you're very welcome to go look at the number of Financial Services Board licenses that we have. So we've got a number of them. We've got a long and short-term insurance license, an investment license, the FSP license. Those are available on our website. They're in our foyer, printed out and framed on the wall. And you can even go to the FSCA website and go check our credentials on that website. So go do all of that, because if we are to create any partnership, you want to be very sure that you are getting involved with a business that is credible. And so we take that credibility very seriously. You're welcome to go do a background check on us. We are listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange under a group called Conduit Capital. You can go to Constantia's website, go check them out a little more closely, scrutinize them. The senior members of staff here at DuePoint are these people up on screen. So the first 3 people are registered chartered accountants, and they are responsible for a lot of fairly important aspects of our business, especially when you're running a financial services business. So they're responsible for the accounting, the auditing, a lot of the regulatory aspects. Brendan Benfield is our senior executive, so he heads up DuePoint. He's got a lot of experience in financial services, particularly in insurance, because he was the chief operating officer of Prime Meridian Direct, or PMD. PMD is now the 4th biggest short-term insurer in the country, and he started that with his father and his brother. His father's had massive success in the insurance space. He's got a lot of experience. His father's a professor of insurance, taught at Wits for 25 years. His father founded Clientele Life, which is probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, long-term insurer in the country. His father founded the IFA. They've started a number of other businesses, not only here but in Europe too. So a lot of pedigree in Mr. Benfield there. Then myself and Jane, we're not accountants, but we still do a lot of important things here at DuePoint. So Jane is very experienced in network marketing, referral marketing, direct sales. She's been involved in that industry pretty much all her working career. She's actually from the UK, so she cut her teeth in that industry overseas. And her experience is very important to us as a business, because we're an insurance company. It's only our marketing model that we've adopted, which is one of network marketing. So it's just an aspect of our business that relies on network marketing, but that's where we rely on growth. So it's a fairly important aspect, and that's why Jane's expertise comes in very handy. And then myself, I've been working in advertising, particularly in the digital space, focused a lot on branding. I've been working in that space for 25 years. I ran my own digital agency for 15 years. And I left that business, so my own business that I walked away from, unfortunately, but with good reason, and I'll touch on that a little bit later, because I think a lot of people can resonate with the reasons. But nonetheless, I joined the DuePoint team. So this is your senior team. We've got our client service staff. The mandate of staff here at DuePoint is to support everybody that joins us. So if you're a brand new wealth engineer and you're thinking, what support? You haven't leaned into the support yet. You have to lean into the support. I'm not going to give you a phone call every morning to say how you're doing. You've just got to lean into the support. If you phone us, I will speak to you if you really want to chat to me. But the mandate here is to support everybody that joins us. Fortunately, we've been in a position where we've been able to invest a lot in the technology, the systems, and the operational side of this business so that it runs on its own. And we can now focus on solely just supporting the people that we rely on for growth in this business. So make sure that you lean into that support. You're certainly not on your own when you join this business. Very quickly, we look at the circumstance that we find ourselves in South Africa. You can see if the word debt is on the slide, we're not talking about good circumstances. We're talking about a lot of the negative circumstance with regards to the economy that we find ourselves in. And what this business is about changing that circumstance for people. So this is a fairly old animation that we used to have that kind of explained typically what South Africans get involved in from a debt point of view. Debt is almost a way of life, isn't it? You think about every single South African. Everyone's got either they've bought a fridge or furniture on hire purchase, the car, no one owns their own car, no one owns their own house, and there's just a plethora of different debt instruments out there. What our business is about, or actually the foundation of our business actually started when we saw a lot of the circumstance and how it was affecting the average South African. And we decided to launch this division as an opportunity for South Africans to change the circumstance that they find themselves in. When there's no immediate hope on the horizon at the moment, right? We can see a lot of good things happening, but for economy to change, it takes years and years and years. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. This business is the opportunities to start making and having impact immediately. And so 2.5 years ago, we launched this thing called the DuePoint system. So in February 2016, we launched the business with a number of aspirations in mind for not only our business, but for the people that get involved in our business. And one of those aspirations is for people to aspire to becoming debt-free, right? So you might have been invited to this presentation this evening with the promise of financial opportunity. Maybe people didn't speak to you about getting rid of your debt, right? That's almost like that would be lovely if it happened, but right now I just need money, right? But we're hoping that people would actually leverage the additional money that they made to get rid of their debt completely, because our business is about wealth creation, not income generation. It's about wealth creation, and that requires a little bit of a paradigm shift. We have to stop thinking like consumers if we want to become wealthy individuals. And how do you become a wealthy individual? Number one, you get rid of your debt completely. Now you're debt-free. Imagine not getting one debit order after your salary gets paid into your account. So you only get one nice SMS from the bank, and that's your salary. And then you get another nice SMS later in the month when DuePoint pays you, but not a single debit order the whole month. Whew, that would be a relaxing space to be in, don't you think? What it does is it empowers you now to start creating wealth. We create wealth through the ownership of assets. Not debt instruments, assets. And assets take on a number of different forms. They can be investments, they can be property that you own. There's a whole bunch of them. But you really want to start purchasing and owning assets that appreciate with time and that hopefully create annuity income. That's even better. But we have to get rid of debt quickly. So you will start to understand the longer that you're involved with DuePoint that you will see our language is always focused on wealth creation. So how do we create wealth here? Well, how does our business work, first of all? Our guests this evening, you have the opportunity to join us at DuePoint. Once you join us, we refer to you as wealth engineers. So that's just the term we use for people who are active here at DuePoint, wealth engineers. As a wealth engineer, you are tasked with one thing, and that is to build what we call a channel of distribution. Because that's where our reliability on you falls. We rely on you to create channels of distribution so that we can market and sell our products into those channels that you've created for us. How do you do that? All you do is you go out and tell people about DuePoint. It's word of mouth. It's like going out and telling someone, I've just been to a great restaurant, or I've just been to see a fantastic movie, right? It's the same thing. It's not a new concept. We've remunerated that concept so that people are able to make money through helping us develop our brand and grow our brand in South Africa. And that's all you're going to be doing. But specifically, you're only going to be telling people about the business opportunity. That's all you're tasked with. You don't have to tell them about our products or anything. So if you are successful in that process, if you can connect people to DuePoint that ultimately become wealth engineers and product owners, it leads to a host of benefits for you. So we're going to go over the benefits now. This slide is the slide where you're going to decide this is a good business or it's a bad business for me. Very simply. Additional income. That's really why you're here, right? You got promised there's money to be made. That's why you came to watch a presentation. Yes, so we do. We create additional income, but the nature of the income is very important because this is, again, focused around wealth creation. We don't create commission-based, sales-based, activity-based income. We create recurring income, or some people refer to it as passive income or annuity income, because the income that you derive is based off the asset that you help us build at DuePoint, not on your activity. So now what's the benefit of that? It means that if you've got an asset paying out a certain amount of money to you every month and you don't come to work next month, we're still going to pay you because we're paying you for the asset that you built, not for your activity, right? This is complete antithesis to employment, because if you don't go to work in like November, what happens? Your boss thinks you died and he's not going to pay you, right? This is why we focus on this type of income, because this has longevity and sustainability. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the benefits around that. You get to harness the power of duplication. So this is something that is intrinsic to network marketing. It's a wonderful concept, and that's why network marketing can be very attractive, not only for consumers, but also for businesses to attach their marketing models to network marketing remuneration structures, because you have the ability to go out and find other people that will help you build your channel of distribution. That means you can create greater recurring income faster if you build a solid team around you, right? So that's certainly a benefit you want to harness. Our business is flexi-time. It just means the technology that we've put in place here at DuePoint allows you to build your channel of distribution anywhere in the country at any time of the day, overnight. All you need to do is send an SMS to somebody or WhatsApp, say, click on this link, watch this video, I'll call you afterwards, and suddenly you've got a channel building in Nelspruit or Messina or Cape Town. Doesn't matter, right? Because of the technology we have in place. There's no startup capital. You are not taking home any boxes of product tonight. There's no registration fees. We don't have starter kits that you have to buy. We're not going to ask you to drop your life savings into this business to get started. We've designed the business to be as low risk as possible. Why? Because we have full confidence in our system. I don't need to come and do a smash and grab on you because I think, well, if he finds out really what our business is about, he's not going to be here tomorrow. I can design the business to have a very low barrier to entry, because what we're trying to do at DuePoint is create longevity. We want long-term relationships with the wealth engineers in our business, because we truly and authentically are trying to help people build wealth in their lives. And so you have the freedom now, the liberty to consider this business opportunity without any fear of risk involved, right? We have no qualifications or experience requirements. Again, the business becomes accessible to everybody. You get to build an asset that you have ownership over. So your channel of distribution, this asset that you're helping us build here at DuePoint, you have legal tender over it. It means you can sell your channel of distribution, right? If it's producing 5,000 Rand a month or 10,000 Rand a month, it has a lot of value. You can sell it. It also does not retire you. Your day job is going to retire you when you start getting close to 60. Right? What are the statistics? 90% of South Africans can't afford to retire. 90%. Because they don't have assets. Right? They only have liabilities, and they depend on activity-based income. If you have an asset paying out your income, you will get to enjoy income through your 60s and your 70s and your 80s and your 90s. And when you die at 122, that asset value doesn't disappear upon death. You get to seed that asset to your beneficiaries, to your children or to your spouse, and say, seed my DuePoint business onto these people that I love. And you get to pass wealth onto the next generation, right? So I'm hoping that people will be happy to sacrifice time in the long term, knowing that they're building this asset, they're building legacy. There's no selling involved in our business, so we actually mandate you from not even thinking about our products, right? The only time you're going to think about our products is when you consider joining DuePoint, and that's the end of it. Going forward, what you're going to be doing is tasked with telling people about the business opportunity. Our business is separated in two, black and white. On one side, we've got products. One side, we've got business opportunity. You only concern yourself with the business opportunity. You're going to go out and tell people, I've got a business opportunity for you. You're not going to go trying to sell any products to anybody, right? This is sometimes difficult for people to get their heads wrapped around. They're like, I need to think about the products when I go speak to people. No. The business opportunity is the product that you concern yourself with here at DuePoint. And so you don't have to have any fear in thinking, oh, well, I'm not good at selling, or I don't like selling. You're not involved in any selling. The nature of our products are financial in nature, which at the same time means from a systems, a stock, a distribution point of view, very convenient. Like I said, no boxes. We never run out of product. You don't have to order, right? So these are the benefits that you need to weigh up when you consider this business. But your success here at DuePoint is dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution. So I said, it starts with you. You become a wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint, and now you're going to go out and start telling people about this business opportunity. So you might have to speak to 10, 15, and out of the 10 or 15 that you speak to, 5 decide, yes, I also want to become a wealth engineer. And they take out one of our products, and they start doing exactly the same thing you've done, because they also want to build their channels. But what they're doing in turn is helping you build your channel. And that's where the power of duplication comes to your rescue, right? Because now you're able to leverage your efforts. Because how long did it take to connect 5 people to the business? This could be the result of just having 5 people in your business. If you bring strong people into the business, you won't always get it right, but you need to always strive. You always have to be discerning about who are you bringing onto your first point. Because you can see, even in this example, you bought a bad apple there who did nothing, sat on the couch after they become wealth engineers. And that'll happen, right? That does not matter. But the stronger the people that you bring in on your first point, the stronger your whole business will be. Because this behavior here filters into the rest of your channel. If you keep bringing weak people in that don't have resources to do this business, this will collapse every other month. We see it happening. We see it often, right? People get desperate. They just want anyone to join because they think they're being successful if anyone's joining. Those people never do anything. They don't pay for their products, and it just collapses constantly. So bring the strong people in. This is what success looks like. When you have a channel like this and you're earning off of every single product owner that you see here every single month, this is the asset that's paying you recurring income. All right, a quick warning to everybody. I never know who I should address this to, so I'll just say it anyway. People, and I have to say the majority of people, unfortunately, because we see it in the results and the reports that we get with the amount of people that just don't do anything, right? Why did you become a wealth engineer if you decided not to do anything? So we think, well, people thought it would be easy. We think people think that they would have been richer than what they are in the business. We are not unlike any entrepreneurial opportunity in South Africa in the fact that it requires hard work. Success at DuePoint is not the straight line to success. It is not. It is like this. It's a bumpy ride, right? But what we've learned is that the people who endure are the people that become successful. It's not the people that are perfect, right? Actually, the people that think they're perfect are the ones that usually quit, right? Because they go, oh, no, this is too hard. I thought I would be perfect at this business. I know how to do this business, and then they get it wrong, and then they're dissatisfied, and then they blame the business, and then they jump to the next thing. So this is my warning. It is going to require some broken toes, maybe a little bit of bleeding, but there is success waiting for those people, right? And I assume that people are like, bring it on. Is that your attitude? Bring it on. I'm willing to deal with it, man. Bring it on, because I want to change my life. We're not talking about a hobby here or a New Year's resolution. We're talking about changing people's lives. And so my hope is that people will take this business as seriously as a business that they've sunk their life savings into, and that everything hangs off of that business becoming successful. And success will await you. So let's talk about our products. We've got 4 products here at DuePoint. They are innovative products. You'll be hard-bent to actually find and compare our products to other businesses, because these are very custom-designed, innovative products that we've got. They have all been built with wealth in mind, right? So that's the beauty of having financial products, because the product is there to either assist you in building your asset value, or it's designed to protect your assets, right? And we've got one final product that's designed to lower your cost of living every single month. So let's go through them. They are straightforward. Our first product's an investment product. It's called Access Wealth. It's going to cost you 324 Rand a month, of which 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund in your name. You've got full access to that investment fund. It's in your name. It resides with Sanlam, the biggest investment house in the country. There's no notice period. You draw those funds out. It takes us 5 to 7 working days to do the transaction. The money's in your account. On top of that, we give you 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. So you actually have a little bit of insurance with this investment. If you're killed in any form of accident, we'll pay out your beneficiaries 120,000 Rand plus whatever's in that investment. All right, and that's all for 324. You can bump that 100 Rand contribution up to 2,500 Rand if you want. So if you want to take full advantage of the tax-free legislation that exists in South Africa, you can go up to 33,000 Rand a year. So we break that down into about 2,500 Rand a month. So it starts at 100 Rand. So that's Access Wealth, the investment product. Secondly, we've got Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is strictly an insurance product. So it's only insurance. It's 249 Rand a month, but this time you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. The beauty of our personal accident cover is that we don't profile you with regards to your risk to us as an insurance company. So we don't look at your age, as long as you're over the age of 18. We don't look at your age. We don't look at your health status. Anyone can take out this product, right? The premium is the same for everybody. So if you're familiar with any life insurance products or medical aid or any of that, they'll typically ask you how old you are, your medical history, your family's medical history. The nurse wants blood and urine and all kinds of things. They're pricking you and prodding you because they want to know exactly what risk you pose to them. This product doesn't do this. It's the same for everybody. And so this product becomes wonderfully accessible to everybody in South Africa. Then thirdly, we've got Family Wealth. Family Wealth is our new funeral cover product. So it starts at 299 Rand a month. That gives you 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers up to 5 family members, and we also give you 10,000 Rands worth of credit protection. So if you owe anyone money, we'll cover up to 10,000 Rand of that debt upon your death. And then you can increase this cover to 30,000 Rand as well as up to 10 family members. And again, we don't discriminate against anyone because regardless of any pre-existing conditions that you might have, we will still cover that. There's no exclusions with regards to your health status, right? Accessible to everybody. The premium is the same for everyone over the age of 18. So again, wonderfully accessible product. And then last, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points aims to reduce your cost of living. So if you think about the money that you spend every single month, right? Think about all that money that you spend habitually every single month. How much money do we spend on data, groceries, all these things, right? Restaurants. So what we've done with this product, for 299 Rand a month, we've negotiated discounts with a number of businesses that have decided to partner with us, and we pass those discounts on to our Wealth Points members. So for example, always on Wi-Fi data, they typically charge about 100 Rand for a gig of data. If you're on Wealth Points, you get it for 36 Rand. Right? 63% discount off of data. So that varies with them. Shoprite Checkers, 2.5% off your entire trolley as much as you shop at Shoprite Checkers. We spend a fortune at Shoprite Checkers. Then entertainers, got hotels and entertainment events, restaurants, literally for half price. Take a lot. We've got a number of online retailers there that you're probably familiar with. Hirsch's is a fairly popular one. We've got a couple of beauty and health partners in FHM Training, Love Hair, and then we've got some car manufacturers, Eagle Ford and Jaguar Land Rover Santon. I've just bought a car from Eagle Ford. They gave me the same price I got quoted on 5 years ago for a brand new car. So amazing service, great prices, and Irvin from Eagle Ford will source any car for you. Doesn't even have to be a Ford. You tell him what you want, he will find it for you and make sure that you get the best price. So awesome service, lots of value from Wealth Points, and immediate value. You can start deriving benefit from these discounts immediately. There's no waiting period except entertainer. That's a 6-month waiting period. So we are adding partners to this product all the time. Those are our 4 products. If you need more information, go to the website. We've got an in-depth review on each of the products if you really want to understand the nuts and bolts, but they are fairly straightforward products, and you're free to change your product at any stage. You're not locked into anything here at DuePoint. All right? So those are the products. Very quickly to discuss to explain our business model a little more, in a little bit more detail. What separates us from typical insurance companies? We are one of the very few financial businesses in South Africa that has a network marketing remuneration model attached to our business. How does that work? Because we get the question, well, how are you able to pay all these people and take them on holidays and buy them cars and do all these things? It basically lies in the fact that we don't spend a cent on marketing and advertising. So the business down the road that Brendan started, Primary and Direct, they spend a fortune daily on advertising, right? All that money is going to DSTV, to SABC, to the Star, to the billboard companies, to all the media companies, right? What we've done at DuePoint, because we don't spend a cent on marketing, you won't see a DuePoint logo outside of this building, right? We can take that portion of our budget and give it to our wealth engineers for the work that they do in successfully building channels of distribution where we can market our product into. And that's basically the difference in the business model. And the way you benefit as a wealth engineer, we have 2 programs here at DuePoint. It's called the Returns Program and the XP Rewards Program. And those are the 2 ways you're going to earn and get money out of us here at DuePoint. So let's talk about the Returns Program. This is the money that you earn every single month based on your channel of distribution. So we pay a base return fee of R27.50 for every product that you have in our channel, right? But it's dependent on where that product lies in relation to you. So you'll see, anyone that you connect to DuePoint, we call that your first point, right? And product on your first point, we actually pay you double the R27.50. So if you've introduced 10 people that successfully pay for their product on your first point, you're earning R550 every month, straight off the bat, right? And then those people, so this is the beauty of power duplication, those people are going to go out and connect other people. That product lies on your second point. And again, on your second point, you're going to earn R55. So in total, let's say, for example, you've got 100 people on your first and your second point. Now you're earning R5,500 a month, right? And those people go out and they connect other people. That product lies on your third point, and so on and so forth until your channel grows bigger, 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 larger, and extends out. But the further the product gets away from you, you see the multiplier starts to drop, right? So by the 8th point, you're earning 4% of the R27.50, but we don't limit you there. So you can grow your channel way beyond point 8. You can still earn beyond point 8 because we'll keep paying you the 4% from point 8 in theory to infinity. There is no limitation on the size of your channel. There's no limitation on how much money you can earn at DuePoint, right? None of that. So that is the mechanics of the returns. It's fairly straightforward, but people still want to know, how much money can I earn in this business? How quickly am I going to be rich? Sandra, don't you ask yourself that question every month? When am I going to be rich? What does that even look like? So what we did was we built a projection. So this is almost like a 5-year plan. So we say to you, right, if you can come into our business and in your first month you can connect 3 people, not 5, 3 in your first month. And then every month thereafter, you only have to connect 2 people. So this is just an example to see if someone who's doing this activity, what can they be earning? So 3 in your first month, 2 every single month thereafter. So 3 in October, 2 in November, 2 in December, 2 in January, 2 in February, and you keep growing your first point at that rate. With some duplication, after 6 months, you're going to be earning around about R2,500 a month. Right now, again, I know in your brain you're trying to evaluate whether that is worth your time or not. You're thinking, did I come to Bryanston? Did I tune in? Have I spent data for nothing? Because I don't know if R2,500 is worthwhile to you. This is something that you're going to have to decide. But a lesson that I've learned myself in giving this presentation for 2 years is that I looked at R2,500 and I thought, that's not that much. People get excited when we get to the bigger numbers. But what I started to learn in the power of paying your debt or faster, even little R2,500 can have massive value in the long term. So here we got an example of it. We've got someone with R1 million bond, right? So they owe the bank R1 million for the property they've just financed. And at prime plus 2 on R1 million over 20 years, you're paying back that bank R11,500 a month for 20 years before you become a homeowner for the first time in your life, right? But you joined DuePoint and you're earning R2,500 extra. And now suddenly you remember back to the presentation you first saw Rob at, when he told you, get rid of your debt as quickly as possible. It is empowering to you from a finance point of view. And so you decide, okay, I won't spend the R2,500. I'll put it into my debt, into my bond. And you put an additional payment into your bond. The result is that you'll pay your bond off in 11.5 years instead of 20 years. Do you know how much money you've just saved in interest payments? Nearly R1 million. A hair under 900,000 Rand you've just saved yourself with little R2,500. Think about how it empowers you. You've paid your house off in nearly half the time. It now affords you 8.5 years where you can take that bond money plus the 2,500 rand and now start investing that. If you didn't do that, you'd be in the same position. You would have paid R1 million extra for your property, right? It's these little decisions. At month 12, you're earning 9,000 rand a month in recurring income. That's 100,000 rand every year extra, over and above your daytime salary. Imagine picking up a 100,000 rand check from DuePoint every year. Huh? Sandra, you're on your way, Sandra. Don't despair. Don't despair. You keep going. At month 24, you are close to 30,000 rand a month. Remember, you are consistently bringing 2 people into the business every single month, right? That's the activity we assume that you can do. At month 36, you're close to 50,000 rand a month. Tell me when you can tell your boss what you really think about them. How much money do you need to be earning before you have those liberties? At 48 months, you're close to 70,000 rand a month, and after 60 months, you've created for yourself almost R1 million in annual recurring income. How many of your friends get a 1 million rand bonus a year? I don't know any of my friends that earn a bonus of R1 million over and above their salaries every single year, right? But that's 5 years away. This is a 5-year plan, consistently working every single month in this business. But that gives you an idea of what can happen, right? I'm happy for you to throw it back in my face and say, Rob, this is just a formula. This is academic. But we've got real people in the business, right? So Sandra is famous this month, right? And looks very good in the photo too, right? I think that helped Sandra a little bit get through our Tunnel Tuesday. So Sandra joined us a little more than 2 years ago, a few months into the business once we launched it, from Johannesburg, involved in many businesses, generally, right, Sandra? Right? Very entrepreneurial, dynamic lady. Had a lot of success in our business in the beginning. We've paid her in total just over 21,000 rand. But if you go watch Sandra's testimony, she'll admit to having been lured away from the business. Whether that was her doing or other people's doing, doesn't matter. But this is the beauty. This is one of the great benefits of our business. Because even though Sandra was completely inactive for an entire year, we didn't see Sandra. Completely inactive. We still paid her 5,600 rand while she was gone. Why? Because we didn't pay Sandra for her activity. We paid her for the channel she helped us build. The asset is what is paying Sandra every single month, not her activity, right? But nonetheless, only working for not even 12 months in the business is not enough to build sustainable annuity income. So Sandra is back. She's got stuck in again. If you did, you had great success in the beginning, right? 3-4 months of working solidly. Let's see what Sandra can do again. Hopefully we're going to have her up on Tunnel Tuesday. That number's going to be 5 times what we see up on the screen. All right. Then we've got Casper and Madeleine. A bit of a similar story. Casper also joined the business, got a bit disillusioned with his ability in the business, and he's doing fantastically well. But the storyline goes, if you go listen to his testimony, he joined the week that we launched our business, so you can see, 2.5 years ago. The current value of his channel sitting at over 7,000 rand. He's got over 500 people in his business. His business is 13 points wide, and to date, he's earned nearly 50,000 rand in the business. And again, he disappeared. We didn't see him. Completely inactive in the business. But came back again and has really fired up. And he'll tell you the only difference, because our system hasn't changed in the 2.5 years. What has changed is his belief in himself and of our business, right? It requires an attitude change. Because if you don't have belief, you're not going to invest time or commit to a business. And so he had to sort that out. He's now back in the business. He's gone from rank 2 to rank 5 in the last few months. His monthly income has shot up, and he's still got a lot of value to derive. So one of the good things that Casper did was he brought in strong people on his first point, right? So he brought in Denzel, right? We all know Denzel. Denzel is a powerhouse, went out and did a lot of work for Casper. That's why I say it's very important. Bring in strong people at the beginning. It makes your life much easier. Then we've got Lynette Bardenor. She's from Vanderbijl Park. So who knows, people even did business out in Funnabell Park. I thought they just made steel and smoke out there, right? But very tenacious lady. And again, a similar story. We don't bring people up onto stage to tell us, oh, it's just been easy. It's just been easy, and look how much money I'm making now. The testimony is very authentic. I say to people, you don't have to come up here and just give us rose-tinted view of DuePoint. Come tell us what the experience has been like, because our business is based on developing long-term relationships. If everybody that came up and said, oh, DuePoint's easy, and then they go out and they start the business and they go, oh no, this isn't easy, then they'll all leave. But if I can prepare people for this business authentically, then I know that perhaps some of those people will endure through the hardship, because if you endure through the dips, there's a rise waiting for you after every dip. It's like Comrades Marathon, right? You just got to get over that hill, and then it's nice. It's nice, and that's what you've got to just push for. So Lynette, her channel value sitting at over 16,000. She's got 19 points in her business, nearly 2,000 people in her channel, and she's already earned nearly 140,000 Rand in this business. And let me tell you, her 2017 was flat. If it was Comrades, it would have felt like a hill, right? Because nothing happened for her in 2017. She just plateaued. She couldn't get the business. People just weren't working with her, and she really struggled through 2017. But then 2018 has been amazing for her. Shot from rank 3 to rank 7 in the last few months. Her income has tripled this year, if not more, quadrupled this year already, right? It's all about endurance. We've got thousands of people joining this business every single month. The system is identical for everybody, yet everyone is running their own race, a different race. Pace yourself. It is like Comrades. You need to pace yourself in this business. People that arrive thinking, oh, I'm going to smash the lights out, and they go crazy, they don't last. They don't last. You have to fit this business into your life so that you can do it every single month without putting additional pressure on yourself, right? Build it into your life in such a fashion that you can cope with DuePoint. Because this business is about 5, 10, 20 years. It's not about 3 months or 6 months. And so the decision is not about what you want out of the business, right? Because that's what we're discussing this evening, everything that you can derive out of DuePoint. But practically, after this presentation, if you decide that there is opportunity here at DuePoint for you, you have to decide how this business fits into your life. Is it every Wednesday night that you do DuePoint? Is it every day you want to do DuePoint? So we've got some wealth engineers doing this business full time. You have to decide what that commitment looks like. Getting started, very straightforward. Becoming a wealth engineer takes about 5 minutes, literally. It's a bit of a non-event, because being a wealth engineer doesn't mean anything. You have to become a successful wealth engineer. And to become successful, all you have to do is just apply yourself to this business, right? So go watch the training that we've created. Set goals for yourself. Anyone who doesn't have a goal is just floating around, right? It's easy to go to work because your boss gives you the goal at work, right? With an axe hanging over your head. If you don't perform, you're out. When you get involved in your own business, you have to put the axe above your head. You have to become accountable to yourself. No one else is going to call you and say, why haven't you done anything? Right? And that's one of the difficulties, is the accountability aspect of the business. So set goals for yourself. Decide, how quickly do I want to be earning 2,500 Rand in this business? How quickly do I want to get to 10,000 Rand a month in this business? Put the deadline in, because that's the only way you prepare a plan. The plan is what you have to do every single month to get there. And the plan always is distilled down to how many people do you have to speak to? Strangers, acquaintances, colleagues. Man, you've got to be ruthless, right? You almost have to think of yourself as that door-to-door encyclopedia salesman. You don't know what you're going to get when you knock on the door. You must not worry about what you're going to get when you knock on the door. You just make sure I knock on 100 doors a month or 10 doors a month, because that'll define what the plan is. The plan will lead to the goal, all right? And that's the only number you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about whether people say yes or no or whatever they say to you. Just speak to so many people a month and keep that number up there on the fridge if you have to remind you. Merchandise is branding. Branding is credibility. Credibility leads to success in getting people to trust what you have to say about the business that you're a proponent of, right? Don't look at the merchandise and go, oh, they're trying to draw money out of me. what, 40 Rand. It's not. This is not a profit center for us. These are tools, and I come from a branding background. I know the power of branding, right? This creates a good first impression when you go sit down with somebody and you say, I've got this business opportunity for you. You've got business cards. Maybe you've got a notepad and you've got a pen. They look at you and they go, man, this guy really believes in this business, right? So please consider getting the merchandise. It's available from head office. We can send it, courier it anywhere in South Africa. For me, probably the most important thing is the business cards. Get the business cards. Get 500 beautifully manufactured business cards for yourself. Probably the most important business tool. Join our Facebook page. We're very active on Facebook. YouTube, all our videos reside on YouTube. So everything from our award conferences, the testimonies, the training, everything is on there. We've got 500 videos on there. It's all categorized, so don't be overwhelmed by 500 videos. And then make sure that you download the mobile app. So we've invested heavily in the mobile app to make business easy for our wealth engineers. Like I said, you literally only have to send a link to somebody, make sure they watch this thing. Your biggest task in this business is just to get people to watch the intro presentation. That's all you have to do. We do the rest. We do everything else. You just go out and get people interested enough, and this app allows you to monitor your success in your channel building, right? Then on to our rewards program. So the rewards program is the cherry on top here at DuePoint, where we get to have a little bit of fun for the success that you have at DuePoint. Because if we just deposit money into your account every month, that's nice, but it's not a very visceral experience, right? The rewards program is you able to come up onto stage and we're able to give you rewards and to recognize you as being one of the leaders in the business, in your channel, in being successful in channel building. So how does the rewards program work? Basically, you start out tonight, you'll start out as a rank 0 wealth engineer, and then your first task is to get to rank 1 in the rewards program. You need 1,000 what we call experience points. You get that easily. We give you XP for everything that you do. You need 4 products in your qualified channel. When you meet those 2 criteria, you become what we call a rank 1 wealth engineer, and you get an extra 55 Rand at the end of the month. Once off. This is once off stuff, right? Not as important as the returns program, but it's the fun stuff. And as you start to rank up, the rewards get bigger and better. There's an extra 20,000 Rand, an extra 50,000 Rand. There are tools that we give our wealth engineers to help them build their channels more effectively. So fancy little USB sticks with all our collateral on there, so you can plug those things into any device, tablets, phones, TVs, computers, laptops. And rank 7, we put your business cards on steroids at rank 7, because these business cards cost us 12,500 Rand for 1 set to get manufactured. So you get these business cards, there's no ink on these business cards. The edges are gilded in gold, so you can see the edges are done in gold. The logo is emblazoned in gold. They're 4 times thicker than any other card. It makes a noise when you throw it on the table. Why? Because branding and first impressions is so important in this business. When you go sit down in a meeting and you pull out one of these business cards, I promise you your profile has just gone through the roof at the meeting, right? Because not even De Beers CEO has got business cards like this. He wishes, Anglo-American CEO wishes he had business cards like this, right? Again, all about first impressions. It'll help you be successful. So not all our rewards are once-offs. Here is a recurring reward. This happens for you every single year for the rest of your life once you get to rank 9. It is our rank 9 international conference. We will take you and your family to our rank 9 international conference every single year. It is business class flights there and back. It is a 5-star luxury resort for 7 days, all expenses paid trip. When I say all expenses paid trip, I say you don't even have to think about having your wallet or your credit card on you. We take care of everything. You can eat as much food and drink as many cocktails, cool drink, beer, doesn't matter, as you want on this holiday. It is it's a millionaire's experience. The first time we went last year, I thought I knew what 5-star was. This 5-star was on another level. So you can go Google the resorts. This year we're going to Heritage Little Fair in Mauritius. Last year we went to the Western Turtle Bay. You're honestly going to be rubbing shoulders with millionaires, because the rate of the rooms over December you won't be able to afford. Not yet. Not yet. The purpose of this is to show you that this is where you're headed with DuePoint. Because this is early days. You can get to rank 9 in 6 months if you want. Right? We had one person get to rank 9. That's 1,000 people in your channel who did it in 5 months. Some people did it in a year, some people 2 years. If you're building at 3 plus 2, you're going to take between 2 and 4 years to get there, right? But it's up to you. I don't dictate to you how fast you have to grow. Take a look at our video. This is our rank 9 video from last year to give you a better idea of what we experienced.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
Couple of tricky questions in that video. But that's available for everybody. If you are rank 1, you can get to rank 9. Because it's just a monthly process. You just have to build your channel a little bit bigger every single month. There's no time limit. We don't reset you to 0 at the end of the year or the end of the month. You just keep building. You will get closer and closer to rank 9. 2 ranks later, we spend R250,000 buying you a brand new car. In your name, cash, no T's and C's, no stickers on the car. You don't have to give it back, even if you quit the business. The car is yours. You've earned it. So this is rank 11. This is an idea of what our rewards program looks like. We have only got to rank 11. Our rewards program goes up to rank 28. And the rewards get bigger and better as we go along. So we've mapped out the rewards program for what we think is about the next 25 years. So 2 years in, we're only getting started, right? Can you imagine getting beyond rank 11? Has anyone even thought about getting beyond rank 11? You just want the car first. Give me the car, then we'll talk about the other ranks, right? It's just steps. Start at rank 1, get excited about rank 1. It's just a step. Step by step, month to month. Tomorrow night is very exciting. We've got Hell's Kitchen 3rd Degree Thursday, where Brendan is going to be doing a presentation very similar to this, but with a little bit of a a spicy spin to it, because what he deals directly with is a lot of the objections we face in this business. So typically when you go out and you go speak to your friends and family and acquaintances, there are generally about 10 objections that we face. Right? They're the same ones that get rehashed. There are no new objections that we have to deal with. They're the same 10. So Brendan's going to be speaking directly to a lot of those objections. So there are two benefits here. You can either bring people that you know are going to object because they're just one of those people, bring them to the presentation, tune into the live stream, however you want to watch the presentation, or just come watch the presentation as a wealth engineer so that you empower yourself in knowing how to deal with those objections. So tomorrow night, very exciting. It's Third Degree Thursday. Make sure that you've scheduled that into your diary. And then some more dates that you need to schedule into your diary are the national encounters that we've got for the rest of the year. So we've already done Durban a week and a half ago, very successful. Durban is always a hotbed of activity. Lots of entrepreneurs there down in Durban. You just got to be careful which ones are trying to steal your money and which ones are really ready to work for money. But we've got Port Elizabeth, Bloemfontein, Bombela, and Cape Town coming up. Make note of the dates. These are your opportunity to build your channels nationally. Right? If you want your entire channel just to go national in the next couple of months, this is the way to do it. Make note of the destinations and the dates. Create a list. 10, 20 people that you need to phone for every destination. 10 of them will say no. 10 will say yes. 5 will arrive. Right? That's always how you got to work with those diminishing ratios. Nonetheless, we work off small ratios. That's where our success is found. We're like gold in the ore. You only need 3 grams of gold for every ton of ore to be rich. Right? The gold mine will go, right, we'll invest R1 billion if there's 3 grams a ton. That's all you have to do. Find the gold, right? You don't have to turn people into gold. You just got to find the gold. So do that. Note the dates. Put them into your diary. Plan a national channel before the end of the year. Because I hope you have not written off 2018. Have you? The majority of the country has written off 2018. We're tired of 2018 already, right? But 2018 still got some surprises waiting for us. Not good surprises either. Some bad surprises waiting for us. I see crude oil has just been going up and up and up and up. That's only going to hit us next month. So that's still coming. So my invitation to you as guests this evening is to join us here at DuePoint. With all the support in the world, a business where you don't have to fear any risk, you just have to have the commitment to put as bigger effort as you can into this business to see what it can do for you. Because I need for you to build belief in this business. This first step is a step of faith. You've got to make a decision on what you've seen tonight, right? So there's a step of faith required. But I'm hoping that very quickly, in the next 30 days, you can go, wow, I got paid. This business works. They said everything that they said they would do, they did. And hopefully you can build on that belief and build your wealth with DuePoint and make significant impact in your life. Even in the next 3 months, the rest of 2018, I'm hoping you'll be richer this coming December than you were last December. Because I know everyone's salaries only went up 3% this year, right? Nothing to write home about. So that is my invitation to everybody. If you have any questions, come speak to me. Otherwise, I sincerely wish everyone a prosperous 3 months. So good luck. Thank you.